I want to go back now to Raphael Poch, a spokesperson for the United Hatzalah. It's an organization of volunteer EMTs. They have mobilized immediately after the violence started on Saturday to provide aid and medical assistance to those who have been hurt. Thank you again, Raphael. I think we have a better connection now. Tell me about those that you and your team are treating.
So, like I said, Saturday morning at 6 o'clock in the morning, the attack started. Some of our volunteers who were located down by the Gaza periphery in the city of Sderot, Ashkelon, Ashdod, the towns in between, were the first to obviously be affected by this because the attacks were happening in and near their homes. They were rushing out of their homes trying to save people, trying to save lives of those who were being attacked. Some of our volunteers themselves were attacked. We actually just found the body of one of them who was at the music festival in the town of Re'im. He was missing for a number of days, and they just found and identified his body. So the volunteers themselves put themselves in danger in order to try and save the lives of others. And thankfully, we succeeded. We set up medical clinics in the Gaza periphery. We had 1,500 volunteers mobilized by the time of Saturday afternoon, already working down in the Gaza periphery. We sent over 100 emergency response vehicles, and thankfully managed to save a lot of lives.
I am sorry that you lost one of your own in the process of so many lives lost, Raphael. What types of injuries are you all seeing and treating?
Over the past 5 days, we've been treating everything from people slipping and falling on the way to run for shelter from the rocket attacks, suffering head injuries or limb injuries. The first couple of days was very intense, where we were seeing every type of injury possible. Stabbings, shootings, there's a gunshot wound, stab wounds, amputations, people needing CPR because they were injured so badly that they needed to be resuscitated. It was bedlam and chaos for the first 2 days. And then thankfully, as the army came in and started clearing out the terrorists from the Gaza periphery, things tended to calm down a lot. Now, we're thankfully dealing, we do still have injuries that we're dealing with, but we're dealing with a lot more dehydrations. We're dealing with a lot more stress injuries or minor and light injuries. Occasionally there are injuries from rocket attacks that aren't shot down by the Iron Dome, but those are much fewer than they were at the beginning of the week.
How about blood supply? Is that an issue?
Blood supply across Israel, all the hospitals have been put out a call for blood donations. Everyone has been lining up to, the whole country really has been lining up to donate as much as they can. They're obviously looking for blood type O more than anything else. And people are lining up to help out wherever they can in each of the hospitals around the country. And
what about supplies for your own team? Helmets, bulletproof vests? Are you getting what you all need to do the work?
So that's actually something which is very interesting for us. We have a supply of resources where we give out to the volunteers on a regular basis. Our volunteers are providing medical services, usually arriving before ambulances at the scenes of medical emergencies. On every day, we usually respond to 2,000 calls across the country. And we have a reserve supply, and we took that entire reserve supply, went down to the south, and what usually lasts us months went in hours. We had to restock once. We have to restock now another time. All of the supplies are being used. We're giving them out to the IDF in a lot of cases because their supplies have been used and they need to restock. And we're working obviously hand in hand with their medical units and doing everything we can to save lives of people there. So any way people can help is by donating. We have a website, a campaign set up. It's www.israelrescue.org. So you can go on there and donate. Every dollar is being used for purchasing medical supplies and humanitarian aid to be given out to people in the South. We don't have any funding from the government. We're a completely volunteer organization. So everything we get is from donations, and every donation saves a life.
Yeah, we had that up on our screen, Raphael, so people can help. And I understand you all were the victims of a cyber attack in all this, making matters worse. I hope all things are back online for you. Real quickly, as we look at some of these images of the destruction, we see some pictures of people being treated in what looks like a hospital setting, but the hospitals are overwhelmed. Are your medics working in the field in difficult conditions? Can you explain that briefly?
Sure. The medics who are in the field themselves we have a staging area, and they usually get resources and supplies there, and then go into the field to help wherever they need it, and then come back to that zone. We also have volunteers that went to the hospitals. We have a volunteer hospital emergency room program or assistance program where the volunteers on a regular basis, even well before the war, it's been existing for a couple of years already, go into the hospitals, do the triage, take the blood pressure and the vital signs of the patients before they go in, write them down to alleviate intake and allow the nurses and doctors to go and perform their specialties. So that program has been at full capacity, even more than full capacity since the beginning of the war, and it's going to continue that way. So we're helping out both in the front lines and in the hospitals themselves.
Thank you for watching. Go to newsnationnow.com to find NewsNation on your television provider. And don't forget to click the red subscribe button below to get more of NewsNation's fact-driven, unbiased coverage.